Bringing quality, reliable electric service to the Texas Hill Country was Bandera Electric Cooperative's first mission when local community members chartered the cooperative 77 years ago. Today, BEC continues to serve this mission.
Welcome to the Bandera Electric Cooperative Annual Meeting. This year's theme is about getting connected. I hope that while you're here, you ask questions and you get all the information you need, and that after you leave today, that you stay connected with BEC.
At BEC, we believe we're here to care for each other. That goes above and beyond providing electric service. After all, we're your neighbors. Our kids go to school together, and we root for the same teams.
Last year, we supported over 100 different community events and organizations. The cost for this was less than 0.2% of our revenue, so it's a very small amount for the benefits gained.
BEC regularly donates to education and nonprofit organizations through our Cowboy Capital Stampede 5K, 10K, and Community Outreach Donation Program. But concern for the community is also about members helping members and neighbors helping neighbors.
The Bandera Electric Co-op started Bandera Electric Charitable Foundation in 2015. And they did this because they wanted to give back to the community. The co-op itself has given to the community in various ways over the years, but this is an opportunity for the members of the co-op to help their own community in a way that doesn't impact the givers in a great way, but it has a great impact on the community itself.
Bandera Electric is committed to the leaders of tomorrow, and we encourage members and their children to work hard and to follow their dreams. Each year, we gift academic scholarships, sponsor local high school students on the Government in Action Youth Tour, and support local agriculture at area stock shows.
One of my favorite parts of the trip was getting to go to Old Town Alexandria. It was a cute little town, and we got to just walk around and eat wherever we wanted and explore and everything. And then I also enjoyed going to the monuments in the Capitol.
One of the favorite parts was going to the Smithsonian, going to the Natural History Branch. We got to go and see all the rocks and gems. One of the best was seeing the Hope Diamond and getting to see the gigantic figurines of the whales and getting to see the dinosaur skeletons was amazing as well. One of the highlights was probably just being with all the people and just making new friends and stuff. It really was a fun trip.
Overall, I'm just expecting it to be like a 9-day trip of learning everything that I can about DC, and I'm super excited.
This year I raised chickens, and I think a large part of the influence that BEC has really helps with these young kids as they're going and furthering education and furthering the agricultural world.
You'll also find BEC in our local schools, partnering to support education with grants and donations and in the classroom.
Students were thrilled to have somebody who actually went up those tall poles come talk to them. They were very excited about him being there so that he could tell them their personal experiences, and his whole push behind everything he told them was to be safe.
The generosity demonstrated by individuals is a distinguishing trait of electric cooperatives and our employees. BEC also connects community organizations to funding grants available through our wholesale power supplier, Lower Colorado River Authority.
The project for us from the Bandera Electric Co-op and LCRA was very exciting because we've had several adventures in Bandera to do water and catchment projects, and we started at our Bandera High School and modeled some opportunity there for our Bandera Middle School.
At Bandera Electric, we have a strong commitment and concern for our community. We live and work here, and we are committed to making it a better place. That means in addition to quality electric service, you're also entitled to benefits such as patronage capital credits, innovative programs like the Selectricity Energy Suite, and direct involvement in the business of the cooperative.
We here at BEC within the last 18 months, we offered a time-based use rate or a TBU rate. And the prices per kilowatt hour on that rate vary by the time of the season that you consume it and by the month of the year in which you use it.
I have been on time-based usage for almost 2 years now, I think, pretty much since it started. And I went on it because I kept calling, trying to save money on my bill, what can I do? And so they said, well, we're gonna introduce this coming up. We think you may wanna give it a try. And they said, if it doesn't work, you can go back to your old way. So with 3 teens, I thought we're gonna give it a try and see how it works, and it's worked out well.
My wife and I have been members for 30 plus years. Being a cooperative member makes you feel like you're part of it, part of the family, as I would call it. The dollar amount that we get back is not as much as being able to have the reliability and the type of company that BEC is.
Our service territory is seeing a strong upswing in the number of commercial and residential construction projects, and Bandera Electric is prepared to welcome our new member owners home. No matter the size or scope of your project, BEC is here to help businesses manage the process from beginning to end.
Professionally speaking, electric reliability is critical. It is a key site selection factor for companies that are considering a community. So for Kendall County to have a partner like Bandera Electric and the reliability that Bandera Electric brings it's an added bonus for me when I'm working with the Economic Development Corporation to sell Kendall County as the place to do business.
The Texas Hill Country is our home too, and we're invested in sustainable, responsible business development.
Each year we spend several $1 million improving our infrastructure. Thanks to the dedication of our hardworking men and women here at BEC, our reliability has improved over the last 3 years and will continue to improve.
Been a member for 22 years personally since we've lived in Bernie, and obviously up here at Mission for 23 years. Since we've been up here in Bernie, from the home personally and from the commercial side, it's been great. Everything that we've been able to do up here, Bandera Electric's worked with us. It's been great as far as our expansions.
Once your business is up and running, you can be sure that BEC's #1 priority is to keep you up and running.
It's real critical that we have constant power. Man, we have an issue where we lose power. It can get it's very expensive for us. We lose a lot of product. So Bandera has always been good about being able to supply us constant power as far as outages and that type of thing. So for that aspect, it really helps us as far as production schedules.
Recently, BEC updated all of the transformer boxes out here at the resort. We had 4 transformer boxes that were not only replaced but relocated. They worked really closely with the resort and with Matt specifically in consideration of where we would like those placed from a business interruption standpoint as well as an aesthetic standpoint.
We were remodeling our driving range. We were able to talk with them, discuss alternate locations, and they were extremely cooperative, and not just to the location, but to business levels during the project.
You know, as far as reliability, in my 2 years at Comfort ISD, we haven't had any outages. We realize we're one bad storm away from that taking place. As I visit with my staff, the maintenance people in particular, they brag on what Bandera Electric does for them. If we do have an issue, they're there as soon as possible.
In a fast-growth school district like Bernie, we rely on off-site utilities, of course, to support the infrastructure of our schools. I'm kind of a big fan of the cooperative in terms of the history of what it meant to the rural communities of Texas. What I appreciate most about our rural providers and our co-ops is although there's a lot of competition in terms of generation and distribution, the co-ops really get it from a customer service perspective. They realize it's not about the profit, although obviously you want to generate the revenue you need to sustain the organization, but it's about providing quality service to its members.
To continue to provide members valuable and needed services into the future, Bandera Electric is adding renewable energy options, efficient outdoor lighting, and broadband internet to BEC's portfolio of services. BEC kicked off its new LED lighting initiative in the spring of 2016.
BEC's LED lighting program, I think, is a very exciting thing for the city of Bandera. Several reasons. The cost effectiveness of LED lighting, both in the power consumption reduction and in the type of lighting that the LED provides. It's downward directional, it puts light where you need it, it doesn't broadcast it outwards. This will ensure that the dark skies we have will stay dark. And then the cost effectiveness, I think we're going to be able to save like 35% on some of the utility bills per pole.
As a member-owned nonprofit, BEC is committed to improving the quality of life for members. The introduction of broadband communications is just one way the cooperative will serve our members in the future.
For many of our members, the access to broadband telecommunications services does not exist. If it does exist, it's poor and very expensive. It is no longer considered a luxury to have access to broadband internet. It is a necessity.
I think the citywide Wi-Fi program that's being rolled out is going to be very beneficial to Bandera. This kind of broadband service is going to help businesses. It's going to help the library where I work at. It's going to, the tourists will come here, will have access to internet. I think it's just a great program, and I'm looking forward to being able to access it.
Connectivity is what it's all about for a lot of people. Certainly for those who want to live here, who may work elsewhere, having that connectivity allows them to do that. So I think it's going to be very important for residents in Bandera. It's not about what happens today, but what happens 2 or 3 generations down the road.
In 2016, BEC is embarking on a fairly new renewable energy endeavor for electric cooperatives.
The community solar project that we have planned out in Lakey provides 2 distinct benefits. The first benefit is by installing a solar facility in the area, it will reduce the impacts of peak energy on our system. The second benefit is it actually will facilitate allowing our members to have solar energy without the cost and maintenance of installation of panels on their own property. So this is truly a benefit for both BEC and our members. I think 2016 will be a transformational year for Bandera Electric Cooperative. And I guess what I'd want our members to realize is, although the programs and services we may be offering are different than in years past, our commitment to quality and to high member service will not change.